is George Paul from Cherished Keepsakes here with part 2 of my experiment with AI with photos. So in the last video I was trying to do a generative fill so I could round out the gentleman's photo, or excuse me, round out the gentleman's shoulders and see if I can make it look natural so I can place him in the design without a frame, which I usually prefer to do. So we're going to see how that looks. The whole goal of it is to make everything look natural. So I actually just opened up the wrong file. So let's close this out because the base file was actually supposed to be a black label, silver variation, rather than the normal dashing silver. So let's go into, where's black label? Well, that's silver. And there we go. 1117, it's legal. It's another legal. Do we not have a base file for it? Do we not have a base file for, I could have sworn we did a variation of this. Okay. So you're going to get an extra bonus. We're going to make a base file for the trifold. It's the navy. Okay. So we'll make a base file which also has the variations, which is a variation of this. This one will actually be pretty simple to do. First and foremost, we got to change the font. The missing font, Bodoni 72, bold, change all, done. First, save that. So we are updating the base file for the actual dashing silver. And now let's make a variation. For first and foremost, save as in the proper folder, black label, silver, dashing, BL, silver, trifold. And we don't need that part. So now let's go to the background layer and change that background. Let's see, dashing, black label, artwork, concrete. And let's go down to the next page, change that one. So that's all set. Did we happen to use which version of the watermarked initial? Okay, so we did use the current version. All right. Okay, so now that that's done, we can actually go to what I'm originally planning to do, and that's seeing what this will look like with the AI version that I created, if it's going to look natural enough. So let's drop that in. If it's not going to look natural, then I'm just going to go with option number 2, which is a frame. Alternate. There we go. Now, just as I drop it in, I'm seeing a couple of things that might work in our favor. One, this doesn't look too bad, because if I bring everything in, that still looks funny to me, and I'm not really liking that. But this I do like, and this I can play with a little more to make it a little more natural. Maybe add in some yellow or something like that. or might even leave it as is. Let's make him just a hair smaller, because what I want to do is I'm going to add his name here. Let's move this out the way. And we're going to add in more of his shoulder, really till we get... Is that going to help? That doesn't... Is that giving us more space? No, because I want to add his name kind of around here. And let's open up the Word file. So this is option 1. Let's move that out the way. Option 2 is just him in a frame. Let's move this out the way. Add in the frame. That's the gold. Here's the silver. And ideally, I'd like it for him to be a little more centered within the photo. If I am going to go this route, it's not going to be 100%, but I can get it as close as possible. Okay. And let's see if the Word file opened up. Okay. Anthony Keith Menendez. So, option 1. Let's group that. Oops. Object, unlock all, and spread. Let's group that together. So let's see. We're going to see which version looks better, cleaner. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm adding in the silver for the text effect. That should always be within the base file. So let's bring this one back over. And let's see how that's going to fare. Object, arrange, send back. It's at the edge there. That's a good space. And do we have a copy? Need a copy just in case we go backwards and we need to revert. Make this a little tighter. All right. So type, create outlines, then ungroup. Good. All right. Copy. And you'll see what I'm going to do. Because one of the things is when you have multiple lines and you're trying to do a knockout, which we do with this type of, that's how we create the text effect. You can't do that with multiple lines when you're doing this effect. So you actually have to repeat the pattern over and over and then manipulate the points where it begins and where it ends. So that's what I'm doing. So copy and then type object pathfinder subtract. Bring that up, then object edit paste into place. Excuse me, let's see, object arrange, send to back. I don't need the Anthony, so now the Keith. Object pathfinder subtract, then again edit those points. And now edit, paste in place, object arrange, send to back, erase this, let's lock that. Okay, and same thing, subtract. Okay, now you see the full effect. Let's group it together, then add the drop shadow. Oh, I forgot. I locked some of those images. So now that they're all unlocked, now I should be able to group it all and then create the drop shadow. There we go. So that's option 1. Option 2, let's move you to the side, move you back into play. Let's see what option 2 looks like. And the advantage with this one is that his name is larger. Downside is that he's in a frame. I could probably make it a little larger. There we go. Type create outlines. Grab it all. Object pathfinder subtract. Drop shadow. Okay. That feels, to me, it still feels standard. Let's see. Let's keep that together. And then kind of want to lean towards this. let's take a look at the rest of the content. What size is that? 21. Oh, you can definitely go down in size. Let's go down to 16. Okay, and location. Go up just a hair. I tend to lean more towards this one, and I'm okay with how this looks. I'll still probably play with this a little bit, but I'm not sure how much within my skill set I'll be able to get this closer. Let's also add a drop shadow. Perfect. Give it just a hair of depth. Let's actually edit it because the drop shadow is coming out just a little too far. There we go. So now that will do it for this video for part 2. So part 3, then I will show you how I lay out the rest of this. But I'm leaning more towards this one just because he pops off the page, and that's really the point of what we do and the full effect that we want. So let's run with this, and thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts or comments, and we can see the generative fill didn't really work out all that well when we did it. You know, it was kind of, we actually ended up resorting back to kind of our old methods, but I still think this looks really nice and natural, and I'm going to continue to go with it and see what the family says. Thank you very much for watching, and wishing you the best in honoring the legacies in your care. If you found this helpful, I will definitely continue to provide more videos like this. Thanks so much.